So TJ Vasher has been turning heads at Dallas Cowboys Training Camp with him making highlight play after highlight play. And with the whole situation going on with James Washington and then Michael Gallup probably not returning for a little bit, is there a possibility that this guy can make a push for the 53-man roster? So that's what we're going to get into in today's video. Now, before we do that, if you could do me a favor and like this video, only takes a second to do, helps perform better in the algorithm, so thank you for that. Next, if you haven't done so already, please make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on more Dallas Cowboys content as it comes out. We're on the road to 10K, so your subscription would be greatly appreciated if you keep coming back or new here. And hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on new content when it drops. Now look, TJ Vasher has had this cult-like following with the Cowboys fan base since he signed with the team last season. And with that, I mean, the guy has amazing length to pause. He has a great length to him. He's 6'6", 215, and it's just, I think that this is something that the Cowboys are kind of missing, is a guy that is a taller receiver. Michael Gallup has done a lot of the possession type of stuff, and I think that we're trying to see that with TJ Vasher. He made a fantastic catch over Kelvin Joseph, one-handed at that, and it kind of shows you like the type of stuff that you're working with. And he's really improved since last season. I wasn't really high on him last year, but this year I'm really taking a liking to him, and it's primarily because I feel like if he wants to make a push for the roster, this is his time to do it. Now, let's look at the path ahead for TJ Vasher and if he wants to make the roster. So, we're all aware that you got your big guy in CeeDee Lamb. He's your number one guy. And Michael Gallup's going to be your number two when he comes back, right? Now, 3 is Jalen Tolbert. I think he solidified himself as wide receiver 3 already. And so, with that being said, I think that we can just pause there. So now the question is, okay, so who comes after that? Well, James Washington most likely still makes the team. But considering the fact that the injuries have been a thing and, while he's still practicing, that's something we have to monitor. Then after that, you have Noah Brown, who's trying to make a good push to get to the roster, which he's been doing pretty decent. And then you just added the guy on the 3-year deal in Kevontae Turpin, where, you got the speedster there, your special teams ace. So the way I look at it as I take a look at the roster, if Vasher wants to make this team, he has to beat out Noah Brown. And Noah Brown's been doing pretty decent, to say the least. So he's got an uphill battle ahead of him. And I think we'll get more answers as we get to the preseason games and stuff like that. But don't be shocked if the guy does not make the roster. I think that he's on the way to getting there. But when you look at the roster as a whole, okay, I mean, if Michael Gallup is out for an extended period of time, then we're having those conversations of, okay, TJ Vasher is probably going to make the roster if he's doing better than Semi Fehoko, which I haven't heard anything about him, and many of the other undrafted free agents at wide receiver. So that he's got that going for him. But outside of that, he's got still one more hurdle to climb, and that's going to be, can he beat out Noah Brown? And Noah Brown, I think, has some interesting fuel in him in the sense of that he wasn't utilized with the Cowboys early in the Jason Garrett era, or rather early in his career during the Jason Garrett era. But with him getting his touches, I mean, he's looked really solid, and I can't complain, but this is probably Noah Brown's last year. So if that is the case, then you could see a situation where, okay, TJ Vasher goes on the practice squad again, and then next season he has an opening. But I would say that he needs to make a push this year because the Cowboys might draft another receiver next year for all we know, and not like a top-end guy, but maybe late that they value, or they sign another guy. So that's going to be huge moving forward. But, I mean, what do you guys have to say about TJ Vasher? Do you like him? Do you like his intangibles? Do you think he can make the team? I think he can if things fall in his way, but he's still got a really high uphill battle to climb. And you might be saying, well, Spacey, only you got to beat out Noah Brown. You got to realize that Noah Brown is liked by the coaching staff, and on top of that, he's been doing solid. And if TJ Vasher's doing all these highlight plays and things like that, and we get to the preseason games and he disappoints, which again, it's hard to evaluate some of the talent because of the quarterback play. So if he's doing well, that's awesome. If not, we'll see. But I think that pretty much covers TJ Vasher in this video. By all means, down in the comment section below, tell me, please, do you think that TJ Vasher will make the 53-man roster, number one? Number two, thank you for reaching the end of this video. If you did, you're a real MVP there. And if you are new, hit the little icon you'll see at the end of the video to subscribe. You'll click it and you'll see subscribe. And also, if you missed the last video, by all means, check it out by clicking it on the middle of your screen. And watch that if you missed out so you stay on top of all my new videos. With that being said, guys, I will catch you guys in the next video. Have a good one. Goodbye.